My name is Throgdarian. I come from a long line of barbarians. Barbarians are typically known for fighting and killing. I found a more productive way to channel my power. I'm a librarian.
Hello! It's me, the one and only bard funeral singer. You know me. You love me. It's Dragon's Harmony! Yeah!
Hi, I'm Lassadriel, Elven Queen of Fauxlorien, and I used to be an actress, but I was overlooked by the Academy.
You're probably thinking of that famous musical number, Throgdarian the Librarian from The Music Human. I've heard it 1,000 times!
Good afternoon. I'm Lord Reginald Worthington, 23rd Earl of Westfordshire down upon Tweed.
They didn't even see me in the elven version of Hamlet, where I played Polonius!
Now that you're all done clapping, let's get down to the real business. The business of livening up your funerals. You know, just because your family member or loved one is dead doesn't mean the party has to die too, am I right? He knows!
I am my realm's greatest fighter, but I'm not just your standard fighter. No, I am a gentleman fighter.
Oh, where did I get my start, you ask?
I didn't ask.
I'm so glad you asked.
Whenever anything needs to get done, I see red, I black out, and everything gets done.
The main difference between a fighter and a gentleman fighter, oh my gosh! Be gone!
One time, I was the only one working, and there were 20 people in line. The next thing I know, they were all checked out, screaming. And I was holding a severed leg.
I was always performing. Ever since I was 50, I was performing monologues by the immortal bards themselves, Devis and Gimbal. I wasn't popular.
For example, this one's great for any funeral party. It's not unusual to get grabbed by anyone. It's not unusual to get stabbed by anyone.
Last Thursday, I had to reshelve 200 books and we closed in an hour. 59 minutes later, the books were shelved. I was naked, covered in blood.
Devis's monologues were always, covered in whiskey and unintelligible, and Gimbal's monologues were covered in tears and torn to shreds.
But when you're out there bleeding and you've run out of cure light, it's not unusual to see you've died. You have no life.
Apparently, some guy walked between me and a shelf, and I punched a book straight through his body.
Now, as I was trying to say, the difference between a fighter and a gentle fighter is manners!
But, you might remember me from my breakout role in the 90s sitcom with Brian Reynolds, 2 elves, an elf, and a pizza place. I played the elf!
This one's for a closed casket affair. Just a small town rogue went adventuring 'cause it's in vogue. He got his face torn off by an owl bear.
He is always courteous. He makes sure to compliment his adversary as he disembowels them.
What? We don't have late fees? Studies have shown that libraries that don't have late fees have a higher rate of returned books because people don't want to be punished. What a stupid question.
In the ground, every now and then you get a little bit clumsy and then you're torn apart. In the ground, every now and then you lose your shield and something comes and tears out your heart.
Also, it doesn't make sense to offer a free service that isn't actually free. All you're doing is disincentivizing library patronage in low-income communities, which are the areas that need libraries the most!
Now, it would be unbecoming of a man of my social standing to actually engage in martial combat.
Survival is looking grim. The chance of death increases. You get ripped limb from limb. Now there's nothing left but pieces.
I'm sorry. I need to calm down. Do you mind if I read for a second?
Which is why I hire retainers to do the fighting for me. That way I don't stain my lovely clothes.
You are on fire.
Please don't mention my sister Galadriel. Okay? She was played by Cate Blanchett. She was wearing all white, and she formed the White Council. Make your own conclusions.
Now, a gentleman fighter is always...
Oh, little women. You always know how to... What? Beth dies? Not on my watch!
He never rushes into battle. He... Cease this impudence this moment!
This one's for all the ladies out there. Disemboweling men, hallelujah, disemboweling men, all men.
I mean, once I gave her a locket for her birthday, and she turned green and said, "All shall love me and despair." And I was like, girl, I have the receipt if you want it.
If fighting to the death for the pleasure of your betters sounds appealing to you, then send a raven to me at my summer condo and join our lovely club.
And then we bring the lights down for a romantic dance next to the coffin. You are so beheadable to me. Can't you see? Oh, you can't because you don't have a head no more, baby.
You know, my agent isn't really returning my ravens anymore. Trying not to take it personally, because you know what they say. There's no roles in Hollywood for women over 300.
Yo!
Me?
Did you just dog-ear that page?
No, I was...
You son of a bitch!
I'd love to get to know you before you perish and I inevitably forget your name.
So remember me for your next funeral. Hey, you'll be raving while your friend is graving. That's just a little funeral singer humor right there.
You see, kids, that's why we should fund public libraries.
What about all you fine people? Do you know anybody that's recently passed that deserves a zazzy send-off?
No, sorry, man.
Oh, well, that's all right. I have ways of drumming up my own business.
You're probably thinking that famous musical number. Can we start over?
It's not unusual to... God damn it.
Good afternoon.
It doesn't make sense to...
I'm sorry, Lassadriel, Lasmeldriel. Okay.
Oh no, your voice!
Oh no!
Between a...
I'm sorry, I laughed.
My nail!
This one's for all the ladies out there. Disembowel! No, we're not gonna do it that way.
And it was on, he was bed.
No notes!